Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.
Show me a hero, and I'll write you a tragedy. And so with the sunshine and the great bursts of leaves growing on the trees, just as things grow in fast movies, I had that familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the summer. I'm not sentimental, I'm as romantic as you are. The idea, you know, is that the sentimental person thinks things will last. The romantic person has a desperate confidence that they won't. You'll find another. God, banish the thought. Why don't you tell me that if the girl had been worth having she'd have waited for you? No, sir. The girl really worth having won't wait for anybody. Things are sweeter when they're lost. I know, because once I wanted something and got it. It was the only thing I ever wanted badly. And when I got it, it turned to dust in my hand. People over 40 can seldom be permanently convinced of anything. At 18, our convictions are hills from which we look. At 45, they are caves in which we hide. Later she remembered all the hours of the afternoon as happy. One of those uneventful times that seem at the moment only a link between past and future pleasure, but turn out to have been the pleasure itself. She was feeling the pressure of the world outside, and she wanted to see him and feel his presence beside her and be reassured that she was doing the right thing after all. Life is so damned hard, it just hurts people and hurts people, until finally it hurts them so that they can't be hurt ever anymore. That's the last and worst thing it does. The city scene from the Queensboro Bridge is always the city scene for the first time, in its first wild promise of all the mystery and the beauty in the world. "Think how you love me," she whispered. "I don't ask you to love me always like this, but I ask you to remember, somewhere inside me there'll always be the person I am tonight." The loneliest moment in someone's life is when they are watching their whole world fall apart, and all they can do is stare blankly. That is part of the beauty of all literature. You discover that your longings are universal longings. That you're not lonely and isolated from anyone, you belong. You see, I usually find myself among strangers because I drift here and there trying to forget the sad things that happened to me. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. It was only a sunny smile, and little it cost in the giving, but like morning light it scattered the night and made the day worth living. In his blue gardens men and girls came and went like moths among the whisperings and the champagne and the stars. I felt a haunting loneliness sometimes, and felt it in others, young clerks in the dusk, wasting the most poignant moments of night and life. Actually, that's my secret. I can't even talk about you to anybody because I don't want any more people to know how wonderful you are. Everyone suspects himself of at least one of the cardinal virtues, and this is mine. I am one of the few honest people that I have ever known. I hope she'll be a fool. That's the best thing a girl can be in this world, a beautiful little fool. You don't write because you want to say something, you write because you have something to say. Cut out all these exclamation points. An exclamation point is like laughing at your own joke. I like people and I like them to like me, but I wear my heart where God put it, on the inside. They're a rotten crowd, I shouted across the lawn. A year worth the whole damn bunch put together. All I kept thinking about, over and over, was you can't live forever, you can't live forever. No amount of fire or freshness can challenge what a man will store up in his ghostly heart. Writers aren't people exactly, or, if they're any good, they're a whole lot of people trying so hard to be one person. If personality is an unbroken series of successful gestures, then there was something gorgeous about him. I'm a slave to my emotions, to my likes, to my hatred of boredom, to most of my desires. There is a moment, just before the first kiss, a whispered word is something that makes it worthwhile. Do you ever wait for the longest day of the year and then miss it? I always wait for the longest day of the year and then miss it. A woman should be able to kiss a man beautifully and romantically without any desire to be either his wife or his mistress. When a girl feels that she's perfectly groomed and dressed, she can forget that part of her. That's charm. Grown up, and that is a terribly hard thing to do. It is much easier to skip it and go from one childhood to another. Well, let it pass, he thought. April is over, April is over. There are all kinds of love in the world, but never the same love twice, the sensible thing. So he tasted the deep pain that is reserved only for the strong, just as he had tasted for a little while the deep happiness. Tired with nothing, tired with everything, tired with the world's weight he had never chosen to bear. The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time, and still retain the ability to function. Experience is the name so many people give to their mistakes,